Here's a quick glimpse of what our next project is going to be here. This dryer is making it real humid in here, and we had an issue the other day where it wouldn't start, and so I was messing around with it to get it to start, and I'll get into the details of that. But when we pulled it out, this particular unit, it's an LG Trom. It is the DLE0442W. We got it back in 2005, and so it's got some miles on it, but it vents. Instead of out the back, this one vents down through the floor on the bottom, and the hose was disconnected down there. I noticed the other day, so I got that back in. We'll take a peek at that. But since I did that, it's real humid in this bathroom, and the thing doesn't seem to be venting too well. So we're going to investigate and see if we can fix it. So we're here in the basement, and we pulled our insulation back to gain access to this here, and clearly we can see right now that the this end of our hose is not connected currently. So part of the problem is, and I'm not sure if we can get a good shot of that up there. So part of the problem is that when we move the dryer, we've got this piece here, our 90-degree elbow. You can see where it's all dented and damaged. That is just a portion of the elbow. So there's 3 more segments to the thing here. So we've got another one of those that we're going to install, but clearly, so we take a peek back up here, you can see, oh, our flashlight's giving out us, there we go. You can see where we weren't making a solid connection here at all. This piece was coming off, it was venting moisture and in the hot air directly into the bathroom. So we're going to head back upstairs, we're going to move the dryer out, take out the 90-degree elbow, put the new one in, and we'll get this thing installed and ready to go. All right, so we have the back of the dryer moved out here, pulled out so we can take a look. You can see our 90-degree elbow is not pointing down where it needs to be. Part of the problem. So that big gap there was causing the moisture and hot air to escape into the unit itself and all throughout the bathroom. So that was clearly a problem. And what we're going to do is pull this out. Kind of hard to see it on the camera here. We're going to pull that piece out and replace it with a brand new one. This is a 90-degree elbow here, where these pieces turn to make it to the 90 degrees that we need here. Oops. There we go. So we'll have that, we'll get that in there mounted so it goes into the vent of the dryer and then down into the floor to our connecting pipe that we just saw in the basement. It should only take a few minutes to do, so we'll get started on that now. Okay, so we propped up the dryer here a little bit. We can try to get a shot in there to see. There you go. You can see the vent tube from the dryer, and then the 90, or what's left of the 90, is just on it there, and we're actually going to take it out from underneath here. So we're just going to reach up in here because this slides right off. Let's see if we can maneuver. There we go, with all the junk and everything coming out. Actually, maybe we won't be getting it from underneath. We'll slide it out the back here. There we go. So here's what's left of that 90, and then we'll get the new one in its place. And as we're looking in here, we can see that the vent tube popped off. So we're gonna get in there and get that on. There we go. That's just press fit on. So we got that back in there. Get remnants of something there. All right. So we'll slide this other one in and get that connected. All right, we ran into a little bit of trouble getting the 90 onto this piece here because this piece, as you can see, was cut when initially installed, and I had to flare out the ends of it a little bit and get this squeezed in there. It's in there pretty good right now, but it's not going to go anywhere. But you got to be careful doing that because one, this is extremely sharp. I'm using some Kevlar gloves that I have here that I love. These have been great. They're made by Youngstown, and they've been awesome. I usually blow through gloves, but those worked out really well. And so we got this in here without compromising the links here for spinning it to 90 degrees. So what I'm going to do is just put that whole unit in there now, connect it to that port in the back, and then spin the 90-degree angle down here through that hole so we can get it back connected in the basement. So we'll see if we can do this here right now. So I'm doing this with just 2 hands here with no flashlight. Let's see if we can get that going in there. Go by feel. And there we go. There we go. So that is on. It's connected in there now. And again, we'll just spin that 90 right down to go through the hole. Once we clean it out here a little bit. There we go. We'll spin it, have it coming out down there, and then we'll pick it back up down in the basement once we get things all slid back in. Okay, because in the real world, nothing ever quite goes to plan. Once I put this in place, the press fit wasn't enough to hold this in. So it came apart once I was trying to connect it in the basement. And so pulled it out, flared this a little more, pushed this in further, and just drilled a hole to put a sheet metal screw in there to keep it held in at the 90. What I'm going to do, straighten this out, put it right back in here like we did before, spin it back down to the 90. I also aligned it here so that the 90 will be at the, it's opposite of this screw, so it goes straight down. So if it does want to pull, it's going to be pulling at the top there, and it's not going to pull this out. So we'll get that down there, get it plugged in, and go from there. All right, so we're back in the basement. We've got the vent tube lined up here. It's poking down a little bit, and you can see that it's got a little bit of mobility, and it does move backwards and forwards off the front vent to give us a little bit of room to poke around. Then I'm gonna need both hands here to plug this back in there, and we'll make sure that it's fit nice and tight, and then we'll be ready to fire up the dryer again. All right, so we're connected up back in the basement. Everything went together relatively smoothly. So we're going to give this, I'm going to fire this up, and just remember, you got a kitty in here, head on out. So just remember that when you're doing anything like this, to unplug your power. I'm assuming everybody's smart enough to do that, and so we had it unplugged while working on it. We're plugged in now. Going to hit power here, and let's see if we can get this going without any issues. Well, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat is that it's firing up without any pause, and I honestly doubt that had anything to do with it, unless it was originally off and maybe it was rubbing against the belt or something like that. But that fired right up without issue. And get down here. I don't feel any air coming out. And we just started this up, but not getting any smell for like fabric softener or anything like that there. So far it looks like a success, and we'll let you know if it isn't. But thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody that has this job or is running into these issues. Thanks.